Hello, my name is Annie Hirsch, and, I'm ready. My name is Annie Hirsch, and I want to be published as a short story author. Well, right now I'm starting off on short stories, because I haven't had the time to actually sit down and write a full novel. I'm normally 13, but I have not been shaken. I've wanted to do since I was like 9. That's 4 years of my life. That's how long I've been in college to choose what I want to be. So, yes, I'm the author. Right now, I want to read you my original short story that I wrote that I've been sending into publishers. Well, I just started a few days ago. It takes 3 to 4 weeks to get back to it. So, this is my original short story that I will be reading. Here we go. What's opening? Okay. This is not my first one, but the first one I've actually sent in, and it's got me motivated to send it to authors. Okay, it's called Story of a Girl by Annie Hirsch. Oh, please don't stalk me, anybody. Please? Okay. You hold the cards of your own life. Only you can shape your own destiny. No one else can stop you except yourself. These are some of the countless cliche quotes that Chloe had heard again and again in her life. Looking around her one-bedroom apartment with her baby sleeping in the corner next to the rusty heater that provided little heat but lots of noise, she thought, how can anyone say those things? Does anyone really think that I chose this lifestyle for myself? 3 years ago, I was about to become valedictorian, and now the only award I'm running for is Mom of the Year. I didn't plan this, but then again, who does plan having a child at 17? Dear Journal, I got pulled away from my thoughts when Hayden awoke with a startled cry. It seemed like he had been having a nightmare. Lucky him, he gets to wake up from his. I scooped him into my arms and gently rocked him until he calmed down and drifted back in a deep, restful sleep. I stared down at him, wondering whether he was a blessing in disguise or just a curse with no happy ending. His fragile frame, greenish hazel eyes, like his father's, eyelashes that seemed to go on forever, and the pitch-black hair that was starting to grow in. I love my son, but I don't love his timing. Hopefully he will grow up and live a better life than I do. One with friends, a good education, a loving family, and the list goes on. There are many things that I wish for my son, and like any mother, I want to be able to give it to him all in a silver platter. But if I don't pull myself together, the only thing I'll be giving him is McDonald's on a plastic tray. It's time I pull myself together and start getting my life in order. I've wasted 3 years feeling sorry for myself, but no more. I'm in the prime of my life and have a high school degree. I should be thankful for that. Tomorrow I have a list of want ads and a bowl of Cheerios. Dear Journal, kill me now, please. 3 hours I've been sitting here reading these job options, but I'm wondering, when did the world get so demanding? I mean, come on, look at this. We're looking for a core Java developer who has a strong background with a fixed protocol. Responsibilities include implementation, tests, and validation of developments, communication with other IT teams, required experience, 2 to 4 years. Use interface design, job location, New York, US. What in the world does half that mean? I have no idea. I'm starting to lose hope in this whole idea. I know I said I was going to start piecing my life back together, but I don't know if I can. For 3 years, I've isolated and alienated myself from the world. In 3 years, a lot has changed, and I don't think I'm ready to take on the whole world just yet. Be right back. Hayden is up. Dear Journal, I found it. I finally found a job. I was on my way back from dropping Hayden off at daycare, and that's when I saw it. A help wanted sign in the pet store window. I love animals, and it fits perfectly with Hayden's daycare schedule. The minute I saw the sign, I dashed into the store and asked for the job. The manager had a few questions and hired me right on the spot. I'm so excited. I start tomorrow. As I'm sitting here writing this, I'm thinking to myself, this is it. Your last chance. Don't mess it up. I know it's just a job in a pet store, but the possibilities that could arise from this are endless. Dear Journal, fired? I have been fired. On my first day. This is ridiculous. I'm beyond furious right now. Stupid Walter, my ex-boss, is such a beep. I can't even explain my anger. Just because I don't know how to use a cashier machine does not mean I'm mentally challenged. It was my first time. He could have given me some pointers, but no. He'd rather watch me crash and burn than laugh about it with all the ferrets later. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I have no idea what I'm going to do now. Every other job is so complicated and grueling. If I failed as a shop girl, how am I ever going to make it to a job that pays more than minimum wage? The answer is I'm not. I really wonder why I even tried. Oh right, now I remember why. The little nuisance in the corner I call my son. Sometimes I wish he would just disappear, but then I think about the way he smiles, his little toothless smile, his eyes twinkling in the light staring at me, his dimples, the soft fuzzy hair on his head, his laugh, and most of all the way he says mama. It's the cutest thing ever. He whispers, as if it's a secret, and his eyebrows raise as he's saying, I can't believe it. Yes, this is the little nuisance I call my son, but I love every bit of him. That's why I will keep fighting. That's why I keep fighting. Not for me, but for him. Dear Journal, 3 months, it has been 3 months and still no job. I'm getting pretty sick of hearing, sorry, you're not qualified for the job. My son doesn't deserve this. He deserves a better life than one that I'm attempting to provide for him. This life that I'm giving him is one that will just lead him on the same path that I'm on. And if he ever does go on the same path as me, I will never be able to forgive myself. The lifestyle you live in and the parents you have is just an accident of birth. I want him to grow up with 2 parents, maybe a dog, and a warm house that always smells like something is baking in the oven. I want him to not worry about whether or not he will be judged by the clothes he wears or the house he lives in. And I know in my heart I can't and probably will never be able to give him that. Even though it hurts me like a knife carving away a section of my heart, I know what I have to do. And I have to do it quick and now. Dear Journal, I did it. 3 days, 3 hours, and 3 minutes ago. It has taken this long to write about it because, well, I wasn't in any condition to write about it before. Now you're probably wondering what idiotic thing I did now. Well, let me tell you, it wasn't idiotic, it was for the best. I gave Hayden up for adoption. I didn't let him go because I didn't love him. I let him go because I loved him too much. I met with 3 couples in one day and visited each of their homes. By the time I got to the first couple, I was losing doubt, but I'm glad I waited until then. It was a married couple that was unable to conceive a child. They lived in a nice neighborhood. It was like a fairy tale. Everything that I wished Hayden could have materialized right before my eyes. Hayden loved the place and played with the little dog they had while I talked to the couple. They said all the right things, and I knew that it was the right home for him. I signed the papers right there on the spot because I knew if I had a second to consider it, I would grab Hayden and run. I picked up Hayden for the last time as a tear rained down my face. I kissed him on the forehead goodbye. I put him back down on the ground, but he still used his little hand to grab hold of my pinky finger. Then he did it. He said, Mama, and oh, the way he looked and questioned me, confused on what was happening and why I was leaving him in a foreign place. I held him one last time, so close to me, so close to them in my heart, that I could feel his beating against mine in rhythm, in perfect sync, like he was the other half of me. I closed my eyes and remembered the first time I looked in his eyes, knowing that at the moment I saw him, I would love him forever. Then I let him go. It was the biggest mistake of my life. I ran for the door without looking back, but I knew I heard the faint whisper of, Mama. Dear Journal, I turned on the news. Married couple and newly adopted child aged 3 in car crash. No survivors. The phone rang. I already knew. Dear Journal, goodbye. Okay, so that's my short story. Please give me feedback. Thanks, bye.